Hey guys, Satox here. Just doing my video of where to put all the connections for the remote start on the 2012 Focus push to start titanium. I'm going to show you how to remove the glove box, and once I got that out, I'll show you where all the connections go. So hopefully this will help some of you guys out. First of all, in your glove box, you'll notice you have 3 hex-headed screws that you're going to have to remove. Sorry, 2. As well, you're going to have to remove one from back in here. Stick your fingers in there, give it a pry. Now when it comes, you'll see there's just a few snaps. They'll come out no problem at all. Once this is out, rubber come out there. You'll notice there's the third screw that you'll have to remove right there. Once you got those 3 screws out, the box back up here is the tricky part. You gotta be nice and skinny to get under here. We'll take out these, and all you do is you give them a little squeeze. Out they come. Same thing on this side. Or you can, there we go. So pull down on this. It'll come out, and there you can see the bottom side of the fuse box, which is our fuse panel. Now, the tricky part to getting this out, you have 2 screws that are hidden. So, here we are. Here's the bottom part of the glove box. This piece of plastic, your yellow tab, and up and behind that, you have a screw right here. Kind of pointing to it. You need to remove that screw. If you fall over on the other side, there's your plastic, your piece of steel, and there's the other screw right there. Sorry it's blurry, this camera doesn't want to focus. So remove that screw right there, and then you should just be able to give your glove box a yank. Alright guys, now that your 5 screws are removed, using, I believe it's a T15 Torx, open your glove box, and you'll notice the slot where your owner's manual usually is supposed to sit. You'll have some holes right up in here. Best thing to do is they just grab there, give a pull, and you notice your whole glove box will come right out. Sorry, it's a little awkward to do with one hand. So we're going to shut that. And bear with me, I have a customer in the shop. Alright guys, so you can see the glove box is now removed, and here's my iDataLink module all wired up. I'm going to show you the connections you need to make and where they are. Now this is up to you to obviously make sure you're on the correct wires. I won't be held responsible for anything you do to fuck up your car, so don't cry to me if you screw up. But there's 3 main connectors that you got to do your connections on, and I've got them here on the piece of paper. And there's the diagram right from iDataLink that you can download. You notice here I just wrote the colors down to the wires, so it's a little easier when I'm doing the installation. But I'll show you the connectors here, and I'll start with the first connector, which is this one right here. In this connector, according to the diagram, we have 3 wires, which is our push to start positive, our RX and TX, which is for the chip key. So in there we have our red wire, which is our push to start positive wire, and that goes out to the corresponding wire on, fix the camera here, on the ALCA module. And then we have our purple gray and our yellow orange, which is the TX RX, and you can see that goes out to an orange black and a gray red. On the next connector here we have our push to start power feed, and as well the ignition positive. So on the push to start power being violet red, so we can notice that, the camera, the violet red being right here, and our ignition they list here is green, and that's going out to the pink wire on the ALCA. So we just strip and solder those. And then on our third connector, which is the one up at the top here, and that's this connector right here, you'll have on that connector three wires. We have the brake pedal feed, which is green-red. And I apologize, I'm not 100% sure because I don't have that part of the diagram in front of me, which wire that is on the ALCA. But we're saying green-red, which is most likely this wire here. So green with a red tracer on it, so that's the brake feed, so that goes to the ALCA. Then we've got here our can high and can low wires, which is our gray-orange and our purple-orange, so we make the two connections there. Now, in the diagram, you'll notice that they show the pins on the connector, and when you look at the connector here, well, we can't see the pins. What you can do is obviously take your battery off prior to doing any kind of these connections and pulling these plugs out. But when you take the plug out, there's a little lever. I said you can lift on them. It'll pop them out. But the best one you can probably see is right here. You'll notice right up on the side, there are little tabs. You just take a little pick and bend those out, and that cover will come off, exposing all the wires on the back side into the plug. And once you do that, then you can count the pins to make sure you are on the correct wire, because you can do some damage if you're not on the correct wire. Other than that, make all the connections. You do your ground connection. I just grounded mine right there with an I-ring and screw. Tape everything up so it doesn't touch anything, and go ahead with your programming. So if there's any questions, let me know. Thanks.